Good morning, Saturday after Christmas. So I was super tired this morning, and Scott reminded me that there's 8:30 yoga. So I'm bringing it to you. But as you can see, I'm back in my living room. I'm not down at the treasure box. I'll return to the treasure box next week. So this morning, let's work on a nice power flow that focuses on the health of the back. I'll try not to wear you out too much. You might have, after Christmas dinner bloated belly. But join me at the mat. So let's take easy Sukhasana. I'm sitting up high on my yoga pillow that was provided to me by my friend Nova. And start to stack your shoulders over your hips, moving your back of your head in alignment with your back body plane. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and down, lifting up your heart center, and begin to breathe in and out of your nose. As you breathe in and out, close your eyes. Draw your attention inward, perhaps focusing on the third eye chakra. That chakra that resides right between the eyebrows, above the nose. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take another nice inhale. And exhale. Draw the crown of your head up as you allow your shoulders to float down. Gently flutter open your eyes if they've been closed. And inhale your hands out and up. Exhale them out and down. Inhale out and up. Exhale out and down. Finally, one more inhale out and up. And then exhale, bring hands to heart center. Set an intention for your practice today. Bring yourself to the mat fully. You are here physically. Also bring yourself emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. This week will be a nice time to reflect on the year that we will be leaving behind, to embrace our present, and to look forward to our future. Take a full inhale, and then exhale. You can drop your hands. Let's remove anything we might be sitting on. I'm going to remove my bolster and move it off to the side. So sitting flat down on the mat, we're going to do a little bit of hip opening before we move on with the rest of our routine. Inhale our hands up, and then exhale, hinge at your hips. Hinge as far as you can, feeling a nice stretch along the outside of your right leg, if that's the leg that's in front, or your left, if that's the one that's in front. And then lower your hands and begin to walk your hands forward, allowing your heart center to draw towards the mat. Drawing the crown of your head forward as you draw your heart center forward. Take one more inhale. Slowly exhale. And then inhale, rise up. Reverse your legs. My right leg is going behind. My left leg will be in front. Inhale our hands up. And then exhale, hinging forward. And then when you arrive as far forward as you can, drop your hands and walk your hands forward. Take one more inhale. Slowly exhale. And then inhale, rise up. Hands overhead. And then hands down to the floor on your exhale. Placing your left hand on the floor, take your right arm up alongside your right ear, curling to the left as we go into seated Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, reach your arm long. Exhale, draw your right shoulder back as you expose your heart center, lifting it up. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, float your right hand down. Bring your left arm up alongside your left ear. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, curl to the right. Inhale, reach your arm long. And then exhale, draw your left shoulder back, opening up your heart center. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, float your left arm down. Inhale, both hands up. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Let's move into tabletop. Start to warm up the spine. Inhale, lift your heart center. Lift up your sits bones. Draw your shoulders back and down. On your exhale, curl your back up to the ceiling. Poofing up your kidneys. Dropping your crown. Inhale, lift up the heart center. Lift up the crown. Draw your shoulders back and down. And then exhale, reverse the order of all of that. Lifting your back up as high as you can towards the ceiling. Inhale into cow, lifting up the heart center, lifting up the crown of the head. And then exhale, reversing that order. Let me just check in and make sure that there's nobody that's trying to join the class that's not getting into the class today. I've had problems with that in the past when I made mistakes in what links I gave to people. So just want to make sure. And there's nothing here, so we'll let that go. Okay. And let's do one more inhale into cow. And exhale, reverse that order. Inhale, lift up your left leg, lift up your right arm. Reach the right arm as forward as far as you can, left heel as far back as you can, drawing your right arm alongside your right ear, crown of the head is facing forward. Draw the belly button in. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, draw the belly button up. Inhale. Exhale.
One more inhale, reach. Exhale, drop your right hand, drop your left knee. Inhale, lift up your right heel, lift up your left arm, drawing it alongside your left ear. Inhale, reach your left hand forward, right heel back. Exhale. Inhale, drawing the belly button in, lifting up out of your left hip. Exhale. One more inhale, reaching and drawing the belly button in. Exhale, lower everything. Inhale into cat. And exhale into cow. Inhale into cat. Exhale into cow. One more inhale into cat. Exhale into neutral spine. Let's take that sunbird pose again on the left side and right. So left heel up, right hand up. Let's take this into awkward airplane, which is really going to challenge your balance and challenge your core. So take a nice inhale. And then on your exhale, bring your left foot forward as you bring your right hand back, creating a cross with your body. Toes are facing forward, palm is facing backwards. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your left foot back, bring your right arm forward, and then lower them back down. Inhale, raise up your right leg and left arm. Take a nice inhale, lifting up out of the hip. And then exhale, bring your right foot forward, left hand back. One more inhale, and then exhale, returning right foot behind, left foot and forward, and then lowering them down. Inhale into cow, and exhale into cat. Inhale into cow, and exhale into neutral. Let's take sunbird again, left foot back, right foot in front. Take a nice inhale or right hand in front. And then exhale, reach back, grab your right ankle and kick your left foot into your hand, kicking it as high as you can, opening up the heart center. Let's take one more inhale and then exhale, release all that. Lowering your hand, lowering your knee. Inhale, lift up your right foot, lift up your left hand. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, reach around, grab your left ankle, kick your left foot into, or your right foot into your left hand. I'm getting all confused. Kick, kick, kick as high as you can. Feel your quadricep fire up. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale, release, and lower everything down. Inhale, and exhale, reverse that. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, release. Let's very quickly take a little breather in child's pose. We've got the heart rate up right away by engaging the muscles of our legs and really going into a back bend first thing in our routine. Take one more inhale. Fully exhale, reaching forward. And then rise up. And let's meet at the top of the mat. So my top of my mat, of course, is going to be right here facing my window. On my round mat, I always tell the viewers where to look for my top. So you will be facing one of the short sides of your mat so that you have the full length of your mat to head into sun salutations. Now, if you prefer, this morning I have not grabbed my blocks, but if you prefer to use blocks to facilitate proper alignment, feel free. Using props is not cheating. But when I do my power routines, I usually don't include them. Inhale, our hands up. And then exhale, swan dive forward, dropping your hands to the floor. You might have your feet or your legs bent initially. Drop your crown. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take your right foot back. Let's start off with a low lunge for our first set of sun salutations. Inhale, our hands up. Exhale, bring the shoulders down as we move our hips forward. Take a nice inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, circle down. Take left foot back to join your right in plank. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, drop your knees, bring your elbows in, drop your chin and chest. Inhale into low cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, moving through child's pose into downward facing dog. Take a nice breath. Inhale. Exhale, pushing back into that downward dog. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot forward. Drop your left knee. Rise up your hands on your inhale. Exhale, draw the belly button in as you draw your shoulders down your spine, moving your hips forward. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle your hands down, tuck your toes, bring left foot to join right. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, our hands down. Inhale, our hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take our left foot back again. Drop our knee. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, draw the shoulders back and down as you move the hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, circle the hands down, taking our right foot back to join the left. Inhale. Exhale, drop the knees, elbows into the ribs, heart and chest to the floor. Inhale into low cobra. Exhale, tucking our toes as we move back to child's pose and up to downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, pushing your hips back, drawing the shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. On your exhale, bring your left foot forward. Drop your right knee. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, move the hips forward as we bring our shoulders down. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle the hands down, tuck your toes, and bring your right toes to join your left, or your left foot, right foot to join the left. Inhale into that flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, our hands down. Inhale, our hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to the floor, drop your crown. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale down and take our right foot back now, this time into the high lunge. Inhale, rising our hands up. Exhale, draw the belly button in as you bring your shoulders back and down, bending your left leg more deeply. Take a nice inhale, lift up your hands. Exhale, circle down and take your left foot back to join your right in plank. Drop your knees, elbows into ribs, heart and chest and chin to the floor. Inhale into low cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, moving back through child into downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale. Fully exhale and push back away. Inhale, bring your knee forward to the nose, right foot through. Inhale, rising all the way up in a high lunge. Inhale, lift up your hands. Exhale, bend your right knee more deeply and draw your shoulders back and down. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle down. Left foot to join right. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, the hands down. Inhale, your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take your left foot back. Inhale, rise up in your high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, lift up the hands. Exhale, drop the hips, drop the shoulders away from the ears, pull the belly button in. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle down. Right foot back to join left. Drop your knees, elbows into ribs, heart center and chin to the floor. Inhale through to low cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, moving back to child's pose into downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, pushing back. Inhale, taking knee to nose, foot all the way through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, drop your hips as you bend your left knee. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Take a nice inhale, reach. Exhale, circle the hands down. Right foot to join left. Inhale into a flat spine and exhale down. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do a third round, all high lunge, with a full plank and a push-up down. Take a nice inhale. Exhale our hands down. Inhale our hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down, taking our right foot back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, draw the shoulders down as you bend your left hip more deeply. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Bring your left foot back in plank. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, rise up into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, moving your hips back in space. Inhale. Exhale, bring knee to nose as you bring your foot all the way forward. And then rise up on your inhale. Exhale, draw your hands down as you sink your hips lower. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle the hands down. Left foot to join right. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down as you take your left foot back. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, draw the shoulders down as you draw your shoulders away from your ears and sink your hips. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle the hands down. Right foot back to join left in plank. Lower chaturanga dandasana on the exhale. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, moving your hips back. Inhale, take your left knee to your nose and bring your foot all the way forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend your leg more deeply, opening up that right hip, drawing the shoulders down. Take a nice inhale and lift your hands. Exhale, circle your hands down, right foot to join left. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So the body should feel quite nicely warmed up now. So let's take the sun salutation that also starts with chair and ends with chair. So take And inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, sit back down as you circle your hands down and touch the floor with your fingertips. Move back as far as you can in your hips, moving your weight into your heels, and then inhale, rise up. Draw your shoulders back and down, lifting up the heart center, drawing the belly button in. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, circle down, forward fold. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Let's take our right foot back and go into warrior one. Rise up. In warrior one, both of your hips are facing forward. You're opening up your right hip. Your heel is on the floor. Take a nice inhale and reach up. Exhale, open up into warrior two. In warrior two, we are engaging in a true hip opening. So bend that right leg more deeply. Draw your knee outward towards your toes, facing whichever direction is the long side of your mat. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, tuck your tailbone. Draw your belly button in. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, take that backwards to peaceful warrior. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, let's go into extended side angle, placing our forearm on our knee, right hand overhead. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, sink those hips and draw your right arm up alongside your right ear, drawing your heart center up so we rotate our right shoulder back. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, circle our right hand down, back up into warrior two. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle the hands down. Left foot back to join right. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga dandasana. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Exhale fully, moving back into your dog. Take a nice inhale and stand up on your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your legs, move your hips back. Inhale, hop up to your hands. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, sit back in your chair and rise up. Draw your belly button in as you lift up your arms and draw your shoulders back and down, moving your hips back. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, stand up and bring your hands down. Inhale, hands to heart center. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, sitting back in your chair again, fingertips to the floor, raise your hands up. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw your belly button in as you bring your shoulders back and down. Turn your pinkies towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, circle down, forward fold. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, take our left foot back and rise up into warrior one. Exhale, bend the right leg more deeply. Make sure that your hip bones are facing forward. Take a nice inhale, drawing the shoulders down. And then exhale, opening up into warrior two. In warrior two, make this a true hip opener. Draw your right knee back as you bend your right leg more deeply, facing the long side of your mat on the opposite side. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Draw those shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale, moving into humble warrior. Exhale, sink the hips. Inhale. And then exhale, moving into extended side angle, right forearm on top of the knee. Bring your left arm up to the ceiling and draw your shoulder back and down. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, sink those hips and bring your left arm overhead. Inhale. Exhale, draw your left shoulder back, opening up the heart center. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, circle your hand down, rising up again into warrior two. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, circle the hands down. Move back into plank. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga dandasana. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale, moving back into downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, moving the shoulders away from the ears as you move your hips back and up. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, continue to move them back. One more inhale. Exhale, bend your legs and hop up to your hands. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Bend your legs, sitting back in chair again. Rise your hands up. Inhale. Exhale, pull in the belly button as you draw your shoulders down and draw your arms back, sitting back in your heels. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, let it all out. So we're going to make our way down to the floor where we're going to do some bridge poses, two-legged and then one-legged to really work on the strength of our lower spine. And we will counter that with bringing knees to the chest. And I think I'll toss in shoulder stand this morning and plow pose because it's a nice complement to that. But let's do some back work now. Inhale. Exhale your hands down. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. And let's hop our feet back into Chaturanga Dandasana. So place your hands firmly on the floor. Bend your knees and hop back. Lower. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, push your dog back. Bend your legs. And then let's just hop up to a crouch up top. Inhale. And then exhale. Feet forward into a crouch. Let's initially just lift up on our toes, draw the shoulders down, and zip up our legs together to really strengthen our hips, strengthen our sacroiliac joint. Perhaps raise your hand up. Notice that my buttocks are not touching my heels. All the strength is in the legs. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, lower down. And why don't we take a yogi squat or malasana, opening up our hips. Feels good every time. This is such a beneficial pose for the lower spine. It's a beneficial pose for the hips. It's one of my favorites. It's a nice resting pose. Nice pose when you need to reconnect with your breathing and your heart rate. Take a nice inhale, draw the shoulders down. And then exhale, using the strength of your core, sit back. Let's move backwards so we have more space on the mat. Hands parallel to the floor. Let's go into Navasana. In Navasana, make sure you can, if you want, have your knees, your shins parallel to the floor or legs extended. Make sure you're drawing your shoulders back, drawing your belly button in, and lifting up your heart center. You will feel shaking, completely normal. One more inhale, and then exhale. Lower everything down, and go ahead and stretch out. Feels great. One more inhale, and then exhale. Bring hands to the mat. Maybe roll your shoulders in a little bit, bend your legs. So we're initially just going to start off training your pelvis on how to move it. So on your inhale, I just want you to draw your belly button down to the floor. So pressing your back all the way to the floor. Let's start with that. So inhale, press down. And then exhale, release. Inhale, press down. Exhale, release. Inhale, press down. Now notice what your pelvis is doing during that time. Naturally, when we take out that curve in our lower back and we press it down, that's going to cause the pelvic bowl to start to tilt upward. So now what I want you to do on our next inhale is I want you to press it down and then more pronouncedly draw your pelvis bowl up without your tail, without your hips leaving the floor. So inhale, press the belly button down back to the floor, lift up the pelvis bowl, but keep your hips in contact with the floor. Exhale, release. Inhale, press the belly button down back to the floor, lifting up the pelvis bowl, but keeping your hips in contact with the floor. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull the belly button in, pressing your back to the floor, lifting up the pelvis bowl. Now I want you to take notice of what are your thighs doing. My thighs are parallel to one another and I feel muscle energy moving towards my knees. So I want you to embrace this forward motion of the knees, because what's going to happen next is when we begin to lift the pelvis off the floor, I want your knees to move forward and engage your hamstrings at the same time. Go ahead and release. Inhale, draw the belly button in, lift up your pelvis bowl, moving your knees forward, and now lift up your pelvis off the floor about 2 inches. Maybe 3 or maybe 1. It's just above my hands. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull the belly button in, lift up the pelvis, moving the hips forward, feeling those hamstrings engaging when you move, not moving the hips, I'm sorry, moving the knees forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, draw the belly button in, lift up the hips, move the knees forward, engage your hamstrings. So that's these muscles behind your thighs. Exhale, release. Now, your next assignment is to lift up a little higher, but remember to continue to move your knees forward, engage those muscles behind your legs, your hamstrings, drawing the belly button down as you lift up the hips. So take an inhale, fully exhale. Inhale, draw the belly button in as you lift up your hips and move your knees forward. Feeling all of the muscles of your legs holding this pose. And then exhale, release. Inhale, draw in the belly button as you lift up the hips, moving your knees forward, engaging your hamstrings. And release. Now let's do that one more time. Inhale, draw the belly button in, press the back to the floor. As you lift up your hips, pulling your knees forward, keeping your legs parallel, engaging your hamstrings. And then lower down. And then our next is that we're going to lift even higher. So inhale, draw the belly button in. Exhale, lift up the hips, move the knees forward, and begin to lift up even more. Keeping your shoulders in contact with the floor. As you lift up your hips higher, draw your knees more forward. You will feel full engagement of your hamstrings and your quadriceps. Lower down. Inhale, draw in the belly button, draw the knees forward, engaging your hamstrings now, lifting up your hips. And if you want to, you can start to pull your shoulder blades together so that you have more space to lift even more. Hold this. Hold it for 3 breaths. One final breath, and then exhale, lower down. I'm going to take my ponytail out because it makes my neck out of alignment. Now, let's do that with one leg. So take one foot and stomp it up to the ceiling. Inhale, draw the belly button in as you lift up, making that foot go straight up. Exhale down. Inhale, draw the belly button in as you lift up that heel, lifting up that hip, and lower down. So you might really feel concentrated energy on that left leg. That's totally okay. That's what you want. Inhale, draw the belly button in. Exhale, lift up your hips, lifting up that heel straight to the ceiling. And then exhale, lower down. Let's change legs. Drop your right knee, or your right heel, I'm sorry. Lift up your left leg straight to the ceiling. Inhale, draw the belly button in. And then exhale, lifting up your hips. Again, heel straight to the ceiling. Lower down. Inhale, draw the belly button in as you lift up your hips. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, draw the belly button in. And then exhale, lift up your hips. Continue to lift, stomping the ceiling with your heel. Take one inhale, and then exhale, lower down. Go ahead and draw your knees to the chest. We've been working the lower back. Lay back, both heels on the floor. We're going to go into as high and extended bridge pose as you want. If you want, you can clasp your hands together underneath your hips and straighten out your arms so that your shoulders are rolled underneath to create maximum room for your heart center to rise up at the same time. So inhale, fully exhale. Inhale, press the back to the floor as you lift up your hips, keeping your legs parallel to one another. And as you lift your hips, perhaps you walk your shoulders close together, drawing your knees forward, and then starting to create that beautiful arch in the back. Hold this for 3 breaths. One more inhale, lift as high as you can. And then exhale, lower down. And then go ahead and hug your knees. Now, if you want to, I'm going to go ahead and do a full upward wheel. I will warn you in advance that my upward wheel, I am not able to straighten out my arms because of my shoulders, but I'm moving my way into more extended version. At home, yours might be more beautiful than mine. Place your arms back by your shoulders, fingertips facing backwards. Draw your elbows as much together as you can. Inhale, draw your belly button in. So your heels are up by your hips, right? Draw your belly button in on your inhale. On your exhale, the same principles. Hollow out your belly, pressing it down to the floor, or your back down to the floor, lifting up your hips, and then start to continue to lift the hips, lifting up your heart center. Well, maybe you can lift up. And then lower back down. And I'm only going to do one of those because I get fatigued pretty quickly on those because of my bad shoulders. Let's hug our knees nice and tight. And then release back. Extend our hand or feet all the way to the floor. And then inhale, rise up your legs. So it's like we're in staff pose, laying on our back, feet to the ceiling. Let's do just a little bit of ab work. Keep your left leg up as you lower your right leg. Lift up your right leg, and then lower your left leg. Lift up your left leg, lower your right. Lift up your right leg, lower your left. Lift up your left leg, lower your right. Lift up your right leg, lower your left. Lift up your left leg. Let's lower both. Bring them up. Inhale, lower both. Exhale, bring them up. Inhale, lower both. Exhale, bring them up, and then kick up into shoulder stand. So in shoulder stand, you're walking your hands down your shoulders, down towards your shoulders, down your back. Tuck your tailbone, move your hips forward so that your hips are alignment with the rest of your back. I should have taken out my ponytail because my neck is more extended than it should be. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's lower the legs so that they're parallel with the floor. I'm pulling out that ponytail. There we go. Okay, so initially, our legs are parallel with the floor. Bringing my sits bones so that they're facing the ceiling. And then if you want to, you can even bring them all the way, your toes to the floor. Today, my backs of my legs aren't very open, so I'm actually just going to bend them and place them on my forehead. I haven't been doing as much yoga this week, so I'm really not very open today. Let's breathe one more time collectively. Fully exhale, and then inhale, rise up into your shoulder stand again. And then if you feel it, if you feel ready, let's go ahead and lower down. Hold it using your ab muscles. My ab firing off here. Hold it using your ab muscles. With control, lower your hips down to the floor. And then lower your legs all the way down. How about that? Let's start to move into our final resting pose of the day. Now your abs, your hips, your back have worked very hard today. So let's lift up our knees. Move them out so they're parallel to the floor. So moving your thighs away from your body. Take a nice inhale. And then your exhale, drop your legs to the right. As we go into reclined twist. You might place your right hand on top of your left knee to encourage a greater stretch on the outside of your left hip. Take a nice inhale. Place your right hand out to the side. Lift up your legs again, making your legs, your shin bones parallel to the floor as you move your knees away from the body. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, drop your knees to the left. Why do we push our knees away from the body? Well, it gives us some final opportunity to work on our abdominal strength. If you want to skip that and have them closer to the body, feel free. But one of the ways that we avoid back injuries and twists is to have a really stable core. So that serves as a reminder that our abdominal muscles must be engaged when we're going into twists. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, we'll lift up the legs. One final ab opportunity, moving your feet away from the body, drawing the belly button down to the floor, and then drop your legs. Let's move into Baddha Konasana, bound angle, and just allow the hips to naturally open up and start to relax your body. So you continue to lay there, and I'm going to talk briefly about the mudra that inspired our practice this week, which is the Adho Marudanda Mudra, which is the gesture of the base of the spine. So this week and next week, we are going to continue to work on strengthening the back with these mudras to inspire us. So something to know about this mudra is that being that it's associated with the very base of the spine, that our concentration is also on the root chakra. And the root chakra is like our home and our hearth. It is where we create our foundation, create our connection to the earth, create our sense of security and stability and centeredness. So this chakra reminds us to become centered within the body. It reminds us to form our deep roots, form our deep connections, and look back to those to draw us back into that sense that we are secure and safe. Things are hectic right now. They are a little bit uneasy. The world is still in crisis with COVID. Many people are ill and in the hospital. Our ability to gather in the ways that we want to is inhibited. And until the vaccine is widely available, we all live with a certain amount of trepidation to be expected. People may have economic fears. They may be missing family. They may feel a little frenetic as they're attempting to school their children at home while keeping down a job. Really, just nothing is quite the way we're used to it being. But you can be the calm in the eye of the storm. You can always return to your breath. You can always return to techniques of visualization. You can always choose to find moments of stillness, reflection, and tuning into your body, mindfulness. In times like these, I urge that you do it more rather than less. It is easy to fall away from these habits. I am evidence of that myself. Here I teach yoga 4 days a week, and yet I haven't done any yoga since Thursday. Why? Because it's so easy to do everything else. But when we take that time for stillness, especially if we start off our day that way, it sets the tone, it sets the mood. And the idea of resilience and teaching it to our children means we need to model it first. So I invite you to find stillness every day.
Connect with your roots. Connect with your foundation. Now take time now for that stillness that we described. Take a scan of your whole body. Look for points where you may be holding on to energy or tension, and release it. Allow yourself to be drawn down to the earth, feeling the security and the firmness of it under your body. Continue to breathe in and out of your nose, regulating your heart rate, regulating your breathing. I welcome you to hold Shavasana for 5 minutes or longer. Allow yourself to be transported from this present moment to someplace wonderful, to someplace calming. Take in all of the benefits of your practice. Lay here as long as you want. Thank you for joining me this morning, this day after Christmas. I will be loading this as a free video onto YouTube, so I invite you to please join my channel, like this video, and visit my website, KathleenCoombsYoga.com. The light in me joins the light in you. The yogi in me honors the yogi in you. Namaste.